Have you ever noticed the same number appearing over and over on receipts, license plates, or your phone screen? It's easy to dismiss it as random. But what if those numbers are signs, spiritual cues, trying to guide your next breakthrough? According to ancient Buddhist wisdom, numbers carry energy. On May 16th, 18th, and 20th, 2025, 6 specific numbers are aligned with abundance, clarity, and inner transformation. Not for superstition, but for intention. Because when you align your energy, you shift your life. If you've been feeling stuck, anxious about money, or lost in your path, this is not just another lucky number video. It's a wake-up call. These numbers won't magically make you rich, but they can help you step into the mindset, alignment, and habits that attract true wealth, spiritual, emotional, and yes, financial. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss powerful future insights. And here's your first alignment. Step comment below. I welcome growth and harmony into my life. This isn't just a comment. Oh, it's your first affirmation. Ready to unlock what the universe has been whispering to you. Let's begin. Part 1, number 9, completion and spiritual renewal. There are numbers that simply count, and then there are numbers that call. Number 9 isn't just another digit. In Buddhism, it symbolizes completion, not as an end, but as a sacred pause before renewal. It is the final step before transformation, the breath before the leap, the silence before the awakening. The deeper meaning. In Buddhist philosophy, all things are impermanent. The number 9 represents this truth by embodying the closing of one spiritual cycle and the space where something new is invited in. It reminds us to reflect, release, and realign. When the number 9 keeps showing up on the clock, on a receipt, even in dreams, it's often a spiritual whisper. You're holding on too long. It's time to let go. It doesn't shout. It doesn't push. It invites. Aaron was a 42-year-old architect living in Bangkok. To outsiders, he had it all: a great salary, a stable family, and recognition in his field. But inside, he was collapsing. He hadn't slept well in months. His creativity was gone. Even family dinners felt like obligations. One evening, while cleaning up his workspace, he noticed something strange. His latest invoice ended in $9.99. His last 3 Uber rides had license plates ending in 009. And every time he glanced at the microwave, 909. At first, he laughed it off. But it kept happening. One night, in desperation, he Googled, "What does number 9 mean in Buddhism?" And there it was. Completion, letting go, preparing for renewal. It struck him like a quiet gong in his heart. The next morning, instead of checking emails, Aaron sat in stillness. Just 3 minutes. Then he did something he hadn't done in years. He journaled. The prompt was simple. What am I ready to release? He wrote my need to prove myself, my fear of slowing down, my guilt for wanting rest. Tears came, not from sadness, but from clarity. That week, he made small changes, declined a high-pressure project, scheduled daily walks, and reconnected with his teenage daughter. Slowly, life didn't just get better, it became real again. The lesson number 9 isn't about quitting. It's about completion with wisdom. Sometimes we cling to outdated identities, unfulfilling relationships, or jobs that no longer reflect who we are. Not because they're good for us, but because they're familiar. 9 reminds us, you're not meant to carry everything. Completion is not failure. It's a spiritual milestone. Buddhism teaches that letting go is not loss, it's space. And in that space, peace begins. Practice 3. Minutes to clarity today. Try this 1. Sit quietly for 3 minutes. Breathe slowly. Let the body be still. Let thoughts rise and fall. 2. Journal with this prompt. What am I ready to release? Don't overthink it. Just let the pen move. 3. Closed with this affirmation, I honor the ending. I make space for renewal. So if the number 9 has been following you, it may not be coincidence. It may be a gentle nudge from the universe. The old chapter is complete. The new one begins with stillness. And maybe it starts. Today, part 2, number 17, success redefined through stillness. What if everything you've been taught about success was only half the truth? What if more wasn't always better? And stillness was the missing ingredient in your pursuit of fulfillment. Enter number 17, a gentle but powerful teacher in disguise. The meaning behind number 17. In Buddhist numerology, 17 is a threshold number, a place between what was and what could be. It asks, are you climbing because it's your path, or because you're afraid to stop? This number holds the quiet energy of the middle way, a core Buddhist teaching that warns us against extremes. Not too tight, not too loose, the balance where life flows. If you've been pushing too hard, over-committing, sacrificing your health or peace for external achievement, 17 isn't here to scold you. It's here to invite you home. Years ago, in a small monastery in Laos, there was a young novice named Kavi. He wanted enlightenment more than anything. He fasted. He meditated long hours. He recited sutras with relentless discipline. But he became pale, restless, and frustrated. The peace he longed for felt more distant than ever. An elder monk noticed Kavi's struggle. One day he took him to the river and handed him a bamboo instrument. Play a melody, he said. Kavi tried, but the strings were too tight. They snapped. He tried again, loosening them too much. No sound came. The elder smiled. The string must be tuned just right. Too tight it breaks. Too loose it's silent. The same is true for your path. That moment stayed with Kavi forever. And that's the essence of number 17. True success doesn't live in pressure or passivity. It lives in the space in between. A shift in perspective. In modern life, we chase faster cars, bigger jobs, more likes. But Buddhist wisdom reminds us, health is the greatest gift. Contentment, the greatest wealth. Number 17 whispers this truth. Real success is peace when you lay your head down at night. It's waking up not with dread, but with purpose. It's not about what others see. It's about what you feel inside your own body, your own breath. The inner redefinition. Ask yourself today, is the success I'm chasing truly mine? Or am I performing for expectations I no longer believe in? When you redefine success from the inside out, stress shifts, energy lifts. You begin attracting the kind of abundance that resonates, not drains. And from that space, everything changes. Practice pause to realign. 1. Set a 5-minute pause today. No phone, no multitasking. Just breathe and notice. 2. Ask, what am I forcing that I could soften? 3. Write my version of success feels like and describe it with all your senses. Then finish with this affirmation. I trust the rhythm of balance. I succeed by living in alignment. Number 17 won't make you rich overnight, but it may just make you whole. And in that wholeness, wealth arrives on its own. Part 3. Number 3, joyful truth and creative flow. There's a lightness to the number 3, a kind of spiritual laughter that invites you to breathe easier, speak more freely, and stop hiding from your own truth. In numerology, number 3 is the number of expression, joy, and connection. But in Buddhism, its symbolism goes even deeper. It resonates with the 3 jewels: the Buddha, the awakened mind, the Dharma, the path, the Sangha, the supportive community. Together they form a triangle of wholeness, and number 3 reminds us wholeness doesn't mean perfection, it means presence. Right speech, right living. In Buddhist teachings, right speech is one of the Noble Eightfold Path's key steps. It teaches us to speak with kindness, truth, and intention. Number 3 carries this energy. It asks, what truth are you afraid to speak? What part of you is waiting for permission to come alive? Often the deepest abundance begins not with what we gain, but what we express. Sarah was a retired teacher in her late 60s, living in Melbourne. For years, she'd silenced her artistic dreams to focus on family and responsibilities. She used to sing, paint, even write poetry. But decades passed, and one day she realized she hadn't sung in years. Then one morning, while scrolling on her phone, she saw a digital clock blink 3:33. That same afternoon, she noticed 3 birds land on her balcony. It felt oddly personal. So she did something small but brave. She opened a journal and wrote a single line of poetry. The next day, another. Then a song. Within months, she was painting again, this time not for fame or followers, but for the joy of feeling alive. I didn't realize how much I missed myself, she said. And that's the power of number 3. The message of 3. This number doesn't just ask you to speak truth. It invites you to play again, to laugh, to write, to say what needs to be said, to create without needing it to be perfect. Because life isn't a performance, it's a conversation, and your voice is sacred. Practice unlocking the flow. 1. Take 10 quiet minutes today. Ask yourself, what is one truth I've been holding back? 2. Express it safely. Write it down. Say it to the mirror. Paint it. Sing it. 3. Affirm. My voice is a bridge. I create from truth, not fear. And if you've been waiting for a sign to share your gifts, this is it. Number 3 is your nudge to show up fully. In Buddhism, enlightenment is not escape from life, it's being fully awake in it. And when you express yourself with compassion and honesty, you align not only with yourself, but with the flow of the universe itself. So go ahead, speak, create, laugh, not for applause, but because it frees your soul. Part 4, number 22, the Master Builder's Path. Some numbers bring a spark, but number 22 brings a blueprint. Known in numerology as the Master Builder, number 22 carries the energy of vision transformed into reality. In Buddhism, this mirrors the concept of right thought, followed by right action wisdom, supported by effort, not fantasy. This number doesn't float in the clouds. It builds temples out of ideas. And if you've been dreaming of change, growth, or purpose, 22 says, stop dreaming. Start designing. The middle way of progress. In Buddhist teachings, the middle path is the key to transformation. It avoids the extremes of indulgence and denial. And number 22 honors this balance, bringing spiritual insight into physical form. It asks, are your plans aligned with your heart? Are your efforts consistent with your values? True success isn't just what you build, it's how you build it. Satoshi, a father of 2 in Osaka, had worked 18 years in corporate logistics. He was good at his job, but always felt something was missing. In quiet moments, he dreamed of teaching mindfulness to children, of opening a small, Zen-inspired learning center. But he dismissed it. Too risky, too late. Then during a temple visit, he noticed a banner fluttering near the gate. With thoughts we shape the world. That week, he kept seeing the number 22 on documents, train stations, and a birthday card his son drew. He finally sat down and wrote a plan. Not for tomorrow, but for the next 2 years. He saved, studied, spoke with teachers. And step by step, brick by brick, his dream became real. Today, that center exists, and it's changed not only his life, but many young lives too. That's 22, slow, steady, sacred. The deeper message. While some numbers ask you to leap, 22 asks you to lay bricks, to put one foot in front of the other, even if no one's watching. It's not glamorous, but it's transformative. As the Dhammapada says, drop by drop, the water pot is filled. So too is a life of meaning built one mindful step at a time. This number respects structure. It honors patience, and it rewards those who choose purpose over pressure. Practice Design Your Dharma. 1. Sit quietly and visualize your ideal life 2 years from now. Be honest, not perfect. 2. Write down 3 building blocks you can lay this month: 1 habit, 1 skill, 1 connection. 3. Affirm I build with clarity. I trust the process. I walk with purpose. If 22 has appeared in your life lately, don't ignore it. It may be time to revisit your foundations, not to tear them down, but to strengthen them. Because your legacy isn't made in moments of excitement, it's made in the discipline of daily devotion. And when heart thought and action align, that's when the real masterpiece begins. Part 5, number 23, courage to expand and trust. Number 23 doesn't knock. It blows open the window. This is the number of spiritual courage, of expansion, and of bold trust in the unknown. If you've been feeling trapped by routine, by fear, by expectations, 23 doesn't whisper politely. It says you were never meant to live small. Now is the time to step out. The energy of release. In Buddhism, suffering often comes from clinging to identities, possessions, routines, and fears. Number 23 appears when it's time to loosen that grip. It carries the vibration of freedom, not recklessness, but conscious, soulful liberation. It asks, what have you been postponing because fear told you to wait? What dream still lives beneath the dust of doubt? Sometimes all it takes is 1 deep breath and 1 brave choice. Lucia, a 55-year-old mother of 3 in Barcelona, had always loved storytelling. But after 2 decades working in insurance, raising children, and putting her dreams on the shelf, she felt numb. Every day was predictable, safe. But something inside her whispered, this is not all there is. One morning she saw 2:23 a.m. on the clock. The next day, bus number 23 splashed past her. Later, a podcast she randomly clicked had the host say, 23 is the year of expansion. It was too strange to ignore. So she began, slowly, a journal, a blog. Eventually, Lucia joined a writing circle, and her stories touched others deeply. I didn't quit my job, she said, but I stopped abandoning myself. That's the heart of number 23. Not a dramatic leap, but a courageous return. The Buddhist parallel Buddhism teaches that when we cling too tightly, whether to routine, ego, or fear, we suffer. But when we let go, we open to flow. A Zen proverb says, let go, or be dragged. Number 23 doesn't force change. It encourages you to trust the river. Yes, it's scary, but even fear softens in the presence of authenticity. Practice expand without force. 1. Find a quiet moment. Place 1 hand on your chest, 1 on your belly. Breathe slowly. 2. Ask yourself gently, what am I afraid to begin? What do I secretly long for? Write down 1 small action you can take this week. OA class, OA phone call. Saying no to something that drains you. 4. Affirm I move from my center. I trust the path I cannot yet see. When 23 appears, it's often a sign the cage is open. The keys have been in your hand all along. You don't have to leap, but you do have to move. So loosen your grip. Say yes. Let life meet you where you are with open arms. Part 6, number 44, still strength and enduring wealth. Number 44 isn't loud. It doesn't dazzle or demand attention. Instead, it stands firm like a mountain. It whispers, real power doesn't rush. It endures. In numerology, 44 is a master number of stability, patience, and long-term growth. In Buddhism, this aligns with the teachings on right effort, the practice of walking the path with consistency and heart, not haste. Quiet power, real progress. In today's world, success is often portrayed as speed spectacle or status, but number 44 brings us back to sacred discipline, the quiet, grounded energy that builds things that last. It doesn't celebrate overnight wins. It honors the person who shows up daily, even when no one is watching. This is the number of the craftsman, the gardener, the monk, those who tend to life with care, attention, and trust. Mr. Johnson, a widower in his 70s, living in America, spent years drifting through grief after losing his wife. His days were quiet, but heavy. His world felt small. Then one morning, while sorting through old papers, he found a note she had written. Build something, even if it's small. Keep tending, and it will bloom. That day, he began clearing a patch of dry earth behind his home. He planted one seed, then another. No rush, just presence. Over months, that garden became his sanctuary, a place of rhythm, stillness, and peace. Every day he watered it, slowly, quietly. And in time it began to thrive. Flowers, vegetables, even birds returned. Neighbors noticed. One by one, people started visiting. Not for the crops, but for the calm. That's the legacy of 44. Not flash, but foundation. Not noise, but nourishment. Buddha once said, "A jug fills, drop by drop." Number 44 reflects this truth. It teaches that wealth, spiritual, emotional, or financial, isn't found in shortcuts. It's cultivated through aligned action, taken mindfully and consistently. It's not about working harder. It's about working wiser. From hustle to harmony. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or restless, 44 is your signal to slow down and return to the basics. Are your daily actions aligned with your purpose? Are you rushing toward outcomes or investing in roots? Are you honoring the process or only chasing results? True abundance doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing what matters with presence. Practice anchor your energy. 1. Choose one area of your life that feels chaotic. Write it down. 2. Ask, what is one steady habit I can build here over the next 44 days? Oh, a savings routine, or morning meditation, or daily walk, or gratitude note. 3. Affirm, I create with patience. I grow with care. I trust the process. When number 44 appears, it's not about luck. It's about legacy. It reminds you every mindful act is a brick. Every kind word is a seed. Every breath taken with purpose lays the foundation for a future that's not just rich, but rooted. So breathe, build, trust. Your quiet effort is enough, and it will outlast the storm. Part 7. 3. Buddhist Secrets for Healing Money. Anxiety, let's be honest, money anxiety is one of the heaviest burdens people silently carry. Whether you're worrying about bills, fearing the future, or comparing your income to others, financial fear can feel like a constant knot in your chest. But Buddhism offers a radically different way to relate to money, not as a source of stress, but as a mirror for mindfulness. Here are 3 powerful Buddhist insights that can begin to melt that tension and help you breathe easier. Secret 1. Impermanence. Nothing stays forever. The Buddha taught that all things are impermanent, anicca including your financial situation. This means the debt you're in, not permanent. The fear of losing your job, also temporary. Even the shame or guilt you feel, it will pass. Anicca doesn't ignore reality. It frees you from attachment to it, just like weather money conditions shift. Knowing this helps you respond wisely, not react with panic. Daily reminder. This is just a moment in the river of life. I can float, not fight. Secret 2. Letting go of craving. Tanha, At the root of financial stress is often not money itself, but craving. That endless sense of not enough, more money, better status, bigger things. But the Buddha taught craving leads to suffering. The real peace begins when we shift from, how can I get more, to, what do I actually need to feel enough? This doesn't mean you stop improving your life. It means you stop chasing from a place of fear. Practice. Each night list 3 simple things you already have that bring peace: clean water, warm meals, a kind word. Contentment. Not consumption is the root of joy. Secret 3, generosity dana, the antidote to scarcity. This one might surprise you. When you feel financially tight, your instinct may be to hold on tighter. But Buddhist wisdom says, give, even if it's small, especially then. Why? Because generosity reminds you, I have something to offer. I am not empty. Whether it's $1 a smile, or your time giving shifts your mindset from lack to abundance. You stop identifying with what you don't have and start connecting with what you do. Mini challenge. Give something today without expectation. Pay for someone's coffee. Send kind words to a friend. Volunteer. 10 minutes of attention. You'll feel it instantly. The energy of freedom. Money can stir up fear, but it can also become a gateway to mindfulness, intention, and peace if you choose to see it that way. You are not your bank account. You are not your worries. You are the awareness behind them. And that awareness, it is already whole. Part 8. Integrating numbers into your life practice. By now you've explored the deeper meanings of numbers. 9, 17, 3, 22, 23, and 44, each carrying a unique spiritual frequency. But how do you apply them beyond this video? How do you turn numbers into practice, not just inspiration? This part is about integration, weaving symbolic numbers into your daily rhythm so they support you spiritually, emotionally, and even practically. Here's how to do it. 1. The number journal ritual. Keep a small notebook or digital note titled Messages from the Universe. Each time you notice a number on a receipt, a clock, a license plate, pause. Don't dismiss it. Ask yourself, what am I thinking about right now? What does this number remind me to feel or do? Is this a call to pause, act, release, or begin? Over time, you'll start noticing patterns when certain numbers reappear. They're often tied to emotional states or decisions you're avoiding. Why it works? It trains your mind to become present and intuitive, just like in mindfulness meditation. 2. Morning intention number of the day. Each morning intuitively pick one number between 1 and 50, or let it appear naturally on your phone screen, page number, or calendar. Then ask, what energy is this number bringing me today? Here's a quick sample. 9. Let go of something. 17. Move from peace, not pressure. 3. Speak your truth. 22. Focus on foundation, not speed. 23. Say yes to something new. 44. Keep going, quiet steps matter. Write a one-line intention. Today I will move with courage and calm. I will complete what no longer serves me. Stick it on your desk phone, lock screen, or mirror. 3. Vision board with numbers. Create a personal vision board not just with images, but with anchored numbers. Example layout: a photo of a mountain with 44 for endurance, a sunrise labeled 17 for balance, a flower blooming under 3 for joyful expression. Numbers become energetic anchors, not wishes but reminders. Pair each with a mantra I plant. I wait, I bloom 22. I speak, I live, I shine. 3. We live in a world of overstimulation and randomness. But Buddhism teaches us that everything is connected, even the seemingly small moments. When you treat numbers as mindful messengers, you train yourself to live in deeper presence, to listen more closely to your intuition, and to trust that you're being guided. Numbers are not magic tricks. They are mirrors. They reflect where you are, what you carry, and where your soul longs to go next. So don't just notice them. Live with them. Let them support you, inspire you, and bring you back to yourself. After all the numbers, all the meanings, all the messages, one truth remains. Abundance doesn't start with money. It starts with awareness. We've explored 6 powerful numbers, each offering you a mirror, a chance to pause, a reason to reflect, and a doorway to realignment. Number 9 reminded you to release. 17 asked you to slow down and breathe. 3 reignited your voice and joy. 22 handed you the blueprint to build with purpose. 23 gave you permission to expand and trust. And 44, steady and silent, reminded you. Consistency creates miracles. But here's the secret. These numbers won't work unless you do. Not by forcing, but by showing up. Not by chasing wealth, but by living with wisdom. In Buddhism, true wealth is measured not by how much you have, but by how deeply you live, how gently you walk, and how freely you give. So, as you move forward after this video, ask yourself, what kind of abundance am I really ready to receive? Because once you choose presence over pressure, once you align with meaning over money, that's when the magic begins. If this journey spoke to your soul, don't let it end here. Like this video to keep the energy flowing, subscribe for more wisdom-based guidance, and in the comments below, declare your transformation by writing, "I welcome abundance in all forms, with peace, purpose, and presence." You've already begun. Now, keep going. The numbers are walking with you.